Hey everybody, Ms. Dietrich here. We're taking a look at question number 14 from the Chapter 7 SE Review. It says, Zelma buys P pounds of bananas for 40 cents per pound. She pays the clerk with a $20 bill. The clerk subtracts the total cost of the bananas from the $20 bill to determine the amount of change to give Zelma. Which expression represents the amount of change Zelma should receive? And they give you these four options. Now, in the image here, the image is not very good, but I just want to clarify here that they give a decimal point here, and there's a decimal point here, but there's not one here, and that's it, right? So this is just 40p, where this is 40 hundredths p, and this is 40 hundredths p. So just in case your copy didn't come out good, I want to make sure you're aware of that. All right, now if you find yourself confused about how do I proceed from here, I always recommend actually coming up with a hypothetical value for p. So let's say we're going to say we're buying 3 pounds of bananas. If it said that and you had to figure out the change, I think there'd be a good percentage of you that would be pretty confident to come up with that amount. So let's go through that first. We'll look at what we're actually doing with the numbers, and then we'll apply it to the algebra. All right, so if we were buying 3 pounds and it was 40 cents per pound, I just want to remind you that 40 cents in the money world looks like that. Because if you put the decimal after it, if you just put 40, then you're talking about $40. 40. So the word cents means hundreds or out of 100. So you need to write it as this. Now, if we're buying 3 pounds, wouldn't we be multiplying 40 cents times 3? And wouldn't we have to go over to get $1.20 for how much it's going to cost for the bananas? Now, if you're giving the clerk a $20 bill and the bananas cost $1.20, wouldn't we be subtracting that from 20 to get the answer, which would be the amount of change, right? If we proceed and we subtracted these two numbers, that would give us the change. Now, let's apply this to our algebra situation here. Now, one of the things that we did is we multiplied our product of 40 cents times 3. So let's say we don't know it's 3, but we know it's a p. Let's look through the choices. This does not show 40 cents being multiplied with p, so that's probably a no. This is showing $40 being multiplied with p, so that's probably a no. And let's look at choices C and D. So both C and D show 40 cents being multiplied with p, so this shows it after, this shows it before. So it looks like we have to kind of narrow it down. Since these two are off the list, now we have to narrow it down between those final two choices. Now, what did we do? Once we had that number, what did we do with it? Well, we subtracted it from $20. Now, if we look at the choices here, this is subtracting the product from $20. This one is find the product and then subtract 20. So choice D would suggest that we get our amount for the bananas and then we subtract the 20. Now you realize that that's ridiculous, right? Choice D is suggesting that we would have done this. That's not what we did. So that makes choice C the correct answer.